welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year, welcome to 2021. My name is Leonie, aka Stitching Leonie, and this is my YouTube channel documenting my cross stitch journey. This particular video is my 2021 WIP parade. I haven't actually done a 2020 finalized update or anything like that. My last video was back in August, September, so there's about 3 months worth of stuff that I haven't told you about. And I did think about that, and now I've changed my mind about it because I was thinking there's an awful lot of what I'm going to show you today that you would have seen if I did a 2020 wrap up. So I thought, let's not worry about that. We'll just start clean. We'll do a 2021 WIP parade, and then hopefully I'll record more often, and yeah, it's then my next video, which will be sort of like an update. I can mention what I sort of finished up with for a number of stitches for last year and all that sort of stuff. But this is focusing on 2021. So for 2021, I have joined the Facebook group No New Starts 2021, which meant I had to pick some WIPs. I chose 64 WIPs. Well, actually, I chose 60 odd, and I did some new starts because I wanted to make sure that I had particular WIPs in my list for working on this year. But you won't see them till the end of the video. What else can I tell you about this? The way I did my thinking was I looked at my total WIP list, which has got 100 and something on it, 160 I think it was, and I then looked at what I know I definitely don't want to work on anymore. So they're almost UFOs. I haven't quite UFO'd them because some of them might come in handy for little mini challenges or something, but I pretty much UFO'd some of them. I know I won't work on them. I'm just not interested in them. But then I picked out a couple that I really should finish because they've been around for a long time and I haven't stitched on them for a while, but I've done a lot of work on them, so you know, I need to finish them. The ones I'm going to show you are going in date order from date when I've started them. And back when I started some of them, I didn't necessarily record as much information about fabric and stuff as what I do now. There's only a couple of those that we'll have that haven't got that sort of information in, but pretty much most of them I can remember, or I may have the fabric in the detail in the project bag with it. I'm rambling, so let's stop rambling and move on. Okay, so very first one I'm going to show you is my Chatelaine. Now, my Chatelaine is a lot smaller than some of the other Chatelaines that you'll see around. I've actually got a couple of other small Chatelaines on the go as well. Martina had a number of freebies over the years, and I've started, I think, 2 or 3 of them. Finished 1 or 2, but I've still got another couple still in the drawer. But this one is what was termed her mini mandalas. She actually did a couple of these, and this is mini mandala number 2. I've finished 2 out of the 3 over the years, and I'm now working on number 3. I started number 3 on the 1st of February 2014. It is just stitched on a very plain, boring white 32 count linen. Nothing exciting about it, but that's where it's at now. I haven't stitched on this at all this year. In 2020. I think last time I stitched on it would have been 2019. That's where it's at. It is stitched in the recommended silks and DMC where recommended, and that's it. I tend to start in the middle with the mandala and just keep working symmetrically all the way around. Once I've done this one, I would like to then start Alhambra Gardens, which I've got kitted up, and part of what I'd like to do at some point, which was going to happen last year and didn't happen, was kit up Evening in the Park, and then I can start that one as well, but I need to finish this one first. Number 2 on the list is another oldie, which has been around for a little while. This one I started on the 5th of January 2015, and it is Comet, which is one of the Nora Corbett Christmas Eve couriers. I have stitched Prancer and finished Prancer, and now Comet is the next cab off the rank. Comet is stitched on a 32 count Opal Belfast Arabian Nights from Stitches and Spice. It's a gorgeous, I did this Prancer on this as well. I can no longer get any more of this fabric, which means when I decide to do the rest of them, I have to rethink, which is partly why I haven't started anymore. But I will finish this one, and then possibly what I was thinking is sometime in the future is actually redoing this one and the other one, but doing them all on one big piece. But you know, that's a future plan and it's not going to be dealt with at this point in time. So that was number 2. Number 3. Now number 3, I did work on this one in 2020. Why is my mouse not working? There we go. This is the birdcage. Now, it's a Design Works kit, and I started this on the 1st of February 2015. And that's this one. But I'm not using the Ada that came in the kit. My choice of fabric in this instance is a 32 count Belfast called Bed of Roses from Colour Cascade Fabrics. You possibly would have seen this on, I think it was about March last year, 2020, that I worked on it almost exclusively for the month and got quite a lot on it. But that's as far as I've got. So I have started the back stitching as I've been going, so the top half is all pretty much back stitched. But now I've just got to come down, finish off her leg, go into that awesome dress, and of course do the birdcage at some point. But that's where she's at. It's a lovely piece of fabric. Probably miles bigger than what I needed, but I didn't want to cut the fabric just to stitch it. And yeah, so that's number 3. Okay. Number 4 is probably one that I would almost put into my Hall of Shame. This one, every time I talk about this one, I've got to find the cover picture. I may have to insert a cover picture because I may not have a full cover picture. I can sort of see it here, but I'll insert a proper picture if I remember. So this is the Deer and Grapes Mystery Sale by Jean Farris. She put this out in 2015, February 2015, and I started it on the 7th of February 2015 and kept up reasonably well with it as she was releasing them, and then hit a funk, and that was as far as that. Every now and then I do bring it out and I do have another little go on it. This is now so close to being finished that it had to go into the pile for this year because really I need to get it finished. All I need to do is I've got to chart some words, basically my name in here and the date that I finished it in here. My plan was originally to put 2020, which would have meant 5 years of finishing, but it's going to be 2021 now, and I've just got to finish that. That's basically it. This is stitched on a 32 count Autumn Glade. I must update my notes because I haven't got that in there, by Stitches and Spice. Yeah, so it's so close to being finished, seriously. Hence the reason why it went on the list for this year, because if I don't get this finished this year, I should be shocked. I'm going to just try and put stuff back as I go. So apologies for any crinkling and any noise that you may experience. I think I'll just not bother. I'll stick it down there. Number 5. Another Design Works kit, and stupidly started on the Ada that came with the kit, which meant, of course, I get a few stitches in and then get bored with it. But we're going to see if we can get some real work on this because it's not huge. So this is Fashionista Cat, and I started this one on the 11th of June 2015, and it is just on the horrible yicky 14 count Ada, and let's hope I get this the right way around so that we can show you, and that's it. That's all we've done on this one. Not bad, but not good. Poor little pussycat. So basically his butt. All we've done is his butt. Nothing more to say about that one, except that we should get it finished at some point. I've actually got, I think, another 3 of these, but whether I stitch them on the Ada that came in the kit when I get to those ones, I don't know. I suspect not, because I didn't really enjoy that. Okay, number 6. Now, this is actually another one which, seriously, if I don't get some work onto this year, I should be shocked, because it's beautiful and I really would like to do some serious work on her. So this is Queen of Peace by Mirabillia, which is, I believe, an OOP, so no one can get this unless you find it on the secondhand market somewhere. She is just absolutely stunning. I started her on the 8th of May 2016. She was a Stitch Mania start. She is stitched on 28 count Opal Lugana, Hole in the Sky by Colour Cascade Fabrics, and that's where she's up to. And this is the whole piece of fabric. It's actually a little bit washed out because of the light coming through the window, but it's a really pretty greeny colour. Really pretty. If I can, that's almost the right colour if I just pop it down there. But yeah, she's gorgeous. And that is where she is at. Haven't touched her probably for 2 years, I suspect. I know I didn't work on her for 2020, and I don't think I worked on her in 2019. And she's in a giant size project bag that Abby made for me when she was on her Q-snaps, and she sits in it. Okay, so that's Queen of Peace. Right, here comes another nemesis. This one, which I'll probably import, show you a photo. I've got a final picture. Oh, yep, that'll do. I think that's a better picture. There we go. So this is the Lakeside Needlecraft Mystery Cell. That's the Fantasy Cell, designed by Doreen Jones. I did start this when it came out, so I started it on the 2nd of July 2016. I sort of kept up with it. I can sort of see from my notes that I didn't do too bad with starting and sort of keeping up with it, but then I jumped around a bit and got lost and haven't touched it in quite some time. Every now and then it comes in handy for like a couple of challenges, but I haven't really touched it in quite some time. Now, the thing to note is I'm not doing this border. I decided when it came out I did not want to stitch all of that border. So my whole thing was I just stitched the circles, and I will decide what I do with the center if and when I ever get to the point where I've finished it. And this is the whole thing. What's this stitched on? This is on 28 count Joblin Silver Springs by Colour Cascade Fabrics, and it's just DMC. So with the ones I've finished are the bottom. So we have finished those ones. They're all done. These ones, not so much. Started them for a couple of challenges here and there, and that's as far as we got. And of course I haven't done the middle ones. Be nice to get that knocked off. Would be very good. But we'll see what happens. No promises, but I threw that one in because I thought it would actually work for maybe some challenges throughout the year. Who knows? So yeah. Next one. So this one is WIP number 8. And WIP number 8 is the Doghouse sampler from Little House Needleworks. I've actually got the cat one as well, and my idea is that they will eventually be on the same piece of fabric, but we're working on the dog. I did work on this in 2020, and I started it on the 26th of September 2016, just on a piece of 28 count even weave, nothing special. I think it's a Joan because it is quite a soft even weave. It was just one of those ones that, you know, you buy at a craft fair when they've got a whole pack of fabric available, and it will have the cat one next to it at some point. But this is my only one that I've classed as the WIP because I haven't started the cat one, so it's not included in the WIP challenges for this year. Did I say I started that one on the 26th of September 2016? If I didn't, I did. Next one, WIP number 9. So this one, which I haven't put the notes, oh yes I have still got the notes, I remember what it is anyway, but still. This is Xenia. It's Nora Corbett. It's one of the Bewitching Pixies. Now, she's another one that's been around for a little while. So I started her on the 22nd of October in 2016. Did she get stitches in 2020? I don't think she did actually. Or did she? I may have done some stitches. I may have needed some black. So this is Xenia. She is stitched on 32 count Opal Belfast Beach Walk from Under the Sea Fabrics. And I really should have ironed all these, but seriously, I couldn't be bothered. But that's where she's at the moment. There we go. So another one that I don't have a lot to do to get her finished. There wouldn't be a lot of time to have to spend on finishing her. So she might be an easy finish for this year. Okay, and here we go again. Another one that I would claim to put in a nemesis pile. This is WIP number 10. It is Frosted Pumpkins Happily Ever After Sale. Again, another one that I didn't sort of do too badly when it first came out and then fell off the wagon. So I started this on the 26th of January 2017. I sort of put it away for a while. I know I started another block in 2018 and 2019 and I haven't touched it since. It is stitched on 32 count Belfast Dark Fantasy from Colour Cascade Fabrics. I am using all of the called for threads. Here it is here. But I made 2 changes. So my border, little borders, is in a Dinky Dyes thread Calamunda, which is this pretty one here. Very, very pretty. That I chose purely on a personal thing because Mark and I both used to live in the hills. I lived in Calamunda, he lived in Lesmurdie, and that basically was to do with us. We met on the 305 bus heading up to Calamunda one day. So that was a personal thing to us. And then the centerpiece, the Happily Ever After, is also a Dinky Dyes, and I don't know what I've done with it. Have I written it here? No. No, it's not. It's a Jodery. Sorry, it's a Jodery. And I haven't got it in here. That's a little faux pas. Mine somewhere. I must have it somewhere. I'll have it somewhere. I've obviously put it to one side somewhere. Here it is. Here it is. I knew I had it. So the Happily Ever After is in Christmas Dawn, Jodery Christmas Dawn, which is just quite a pretty little colour. So that's it. So again, a lot of work still to do on that. I think I have two blocks completely finished. 2 started. Yeah, 3 started. Yeah. Long way to go. At least half to go. What can I say about that? Actually, I think that belonged in there. Oops, losing things. That was Happily Ever After. Right home. moving right along, as they say. WIP number 11. Oh, you've seen this before, and I've said, oh, I want to get some work on this. Well, guess what? Kitty Litter has made it back. 2 reasons it's made it back into the pile. One, I really would like to get this finished, and I've been seeing people who have finished it recently. And 2, I joined Full Coverage Fanatics. I've always shied away from that group because, you know, there's some serious stitches in there to do some pretty serious stitching. So I thought, if I do this is a full coverage, so I can use that. And I've also actually started a HAID. You'll hear more about that later. So that gives me 2 designs that I can, or 2 WIPs that I can use for Full Coverage Fanatics. I do not envisage that I will get anywhere near 21,000 in stitches in 21, which is what I'm signed up for. But we'll see how we go. So Kitty Litter really should get some serious work done. I did work on her a little bit, or them a little bit this year. It is done on the 18 count Ada that came with the kit, and that is where we're at. So of course this is all that fill-in that you do with 5 threads half stitch, and it drives me insane, which is why I keep putting it down. But I managed to fight my way through to something that's stitched in normal 2-strand cross stitch, and I got that done. I'm hoping that I can just focus on it a little bit this year and get some. So I've tried to do, you know, different things where I was going across that way, and then I've tried to come down in rows. I'm trying to do different ways to get myself into stitching this. The other thing is I've half thought about actually scrapping this and starting it again, but then I've wasted thread, so I'm not going to do that. I started that one originally on the 5th of February 2017, and the idea when I did that is I was going to do the Stitch Mania full coverage sale, which was what was it, on the 5th of every month you stitched on a full coverage thing. Yeah, well, that lasted like about 2 months and very far. Okay, I haven't actually put many mill hills in this time around, mainly because I haven't got a lot started, and I didn't really want to start anymore. So I actually have 3 started, and I put 2 in to my WIPs. This one's an old one. This is Garden Boots. I thought by putting this in, so this is WIP number 12, and I started this on the 19th of February 2017. Another reason why I put this one in, because it's been hanging around a little while. But I thought by putting this in, it gives me a quick win if I need to do a challenge to, you know, something that's almost completed type thing, and I can finish it pretty quickly. And that's where I'm up to. I have a feeling in the back of my mind that one of the reasons I've put this down is I've stuffed up somehow, and I can't remember what I've done. I don't know if I've actually started it the wrong way. I don't know. So it's one of the things I'll have to have a look at when I pull it out again, as to whether I have started it the right way or if I've just made a boo-boo somewhere. Because in the back of my mind, I've got a feeling I put it down because I had to stuff up. But I may not have done. I may be just imagining it. Right, moving on. That one, there's nothing much to say about that. It's a mill hill. WIP number 13. Started this one on the 6th of March 2017. Just putting those over here a bit closer. Why did I start this one? Oh, I started this one because in Stitch Mania that year, they were doing a sale, a history sale. So I decided I would start this. And this is Cloud Factory's Henry VIII and his wives. So cute. So cute. I started this on a fabric called Lapis from Under the Sea Fabrics. So it's a 32 count opal Belfast. And this is all of it. Of course, everything's washed out because of my light today. Did I mention I'm melting? I'm melting. Yeah, humidity is quite high here today, so I've had to turn the air conditioner off while I'm recording. Otherwise, you'll hear the air conditioner. But that's why I'm doing it in 3 goes, because then I can turn the aircon on when I tidy up and then do next range. Anyway, but that's an aside. Oops, hang on. Hang on, we'll get her here. We'll get her here. Oh, poor ladies. Got to show them. So this is all I've done. I think I did work on this for a little bit in 2020, only because I remember finishing off her, but that's pretty much all we've done. Henry has been started. I think I did do a magical stitches one where I had to do something with a castle or an axe or something, I can't remember. But yeah, so that's where that's at. And then we've started lady number 3. Be nice to get some serious work done on that one as well. After all, Clouds Factory ones aren't exactly hard to stitch on. Alright, she-ho. That is number 13. WIP number 14. This one I started on the 26th of March 2017, and it comes out of my Paula Vaughan book. It is, I have got a marking here, it is the WIP called the Porch Swing, or the design called the Porch Swing. I adore Paula Vaughan's. Collected Paula Vaughan for a very long time and never stitched one. This is one of those things just sat in the box and never stitched. I always wanted to stitch those beautiful designs. So I decided back in 2017 when, I can't remember, I seem to recall if it wasn't Stitch Mania, it might have been Cross Stitch Finish Line, or somebody had a designer of the month, so, and Paula Vaughan was the designer of the month, so I started. And of course, typical of the charts back in the day, there's a lot of blending, there's a lot of half stitches, there's all sorts of things. So it is actually, you know, quite a interesting little thing. So each colour has like the charts of half cross stitch, quarter stitch, back stitch, 2 cross stitch, you know, very challenging, but it's okay because I'm sure it'll be worth it in the end. So this is where she's at the moment. I'm stitching this on a 28 count Opal Brittany, and it is on a Jodery fabric. It was Year of the Rooster, and it was actually a limited edition one at the time. And that's where we're up to. So that's all half stitches, which is why I've got the pin there, because it was a counting. I'm gonna have to get back to that and move the pin, but that was my counting thing, so I knew how many, where I started the count and whatever, and it's just stayed there to help me with my counting. But that's where that's at, and of course one day it will get done. But that's why I thought I would put this one also in the mix, because it would be nice to actually get some work done on this one at some point. And it is a colour chart, which doesn't help either. When I prefer black and white, but colour charts are fine. I'm not complaining, but sometimes they're just easier to have black and white. Okay, so that was the Porch Swing. Oh, WIP number 15. So I put this one in because I think this is cute. So this is Rococo Ladies by Soda Stitch. I think they're absolutely cute. I also have Rococo Gentlemen. Do you know how sometimes you start something and then you go, I shouldn't have started it because I've chosen the wrong fabric, or you know, or you're not happy with the way it's looking? Yeah, well, that's this one. So I decided to start this one. I have to make sure I get it up the right way. Let's show the full fabric. So this is the full fabric, and the fabric is beautiful, absolutely gorgeous, and it is a colour Cascade 32 count linen. It's a Belfast linen. It is a 4 pieces. I'm trying to think what I was talking. 4 pieces. That is all I've done. So it's a bare 200 and something stitches, not many. I don't even know how. Yeah, it's probably just on 200. That is it. I have attacked this twice now, and I really think I shouldn't have started it on Belfast because it just doesn't seem to stitch up nicely on Belfast, but I'm going to persevere because I would like to get them finished. And given I've started in the middle of the fabric, I really should keep going. My other thought is, do I just finish the one lady and then cut the fabric down? But yeah, but we'll see. So that one's in the mix because seriously, I need to get some work done. I do not envisage that I will finish that this year, but I would like to finish a lady to just work on that one lady. That would make me very happy if I finished that lady. So that was WIP number 15, and that was started on the 16th of April 2017. Again, that was started because of a Stitch Mania tour designer, sort of, you know, month designer was the Soda Stitch designer. Okay, this was a Stitch Mania start in 2017. I don't recall having stitched, I know I didn't stitch on it last year, and I don't know when I last stitched on it, to be honest. This is Some Reel from Papillon Creations. I won this in a giveaway back in 2017 and started it not long after I got it. I'm stitching this in my own choice of colours. It's just on a very plain what do you call it? Even weave. It's probably not even a, might be a Joan, but it's just an even weave, and it's just a sort of a greeny colour, nothing exciting. And I'm stitching it using some Jodery threads, and that's as far as I've got. I've chosen threads like Flamenco, Argentine Tango, Nevermore, and Beetle Shell. So Beetle Shell's that one. This is Argentine, no, it's either Argentine Tango or Flamenco, I can't remember, and that's Nevermore, which is sort of a bluey black. And yes, that was only that. So I'm basically going to work on finishing this motif this year. And if I can, once I finish that motif, which is him here. So if I can get him finished and get that center motif finished, I'll be happy. And then hopefully come into that. And then we'll see how we go from there. My other thinking when I did this is that those main motifs with the animals in would be the bright ones. And then these ones here I was going to do in sort of like a muted colouring. We'll see how we go. Because my thinking at the time was I wanted those to stand out and the others to just sort of blend back into the background. But who knows, might change my mind. That was WIP 16. Ah, family favourite. This is number 17 in my list. This one has again been around for a little while. I started this one as a Stitch Mania start on the 17th of May 2017, and I'm still stitching on it. So this is actually a mill hill, which when I said I only had 2 mill hills, have I got 3? Because I keep forgetting this is a mill hill. And I always have a problem with this because of the black. It's a black linen, and it's, as you can see, very, very see-through. Oops. So this is where, and this is stiff as all buggery, this is where they're up to. I did stitch on them this year, and stitched on them quite a lot at one point this year. Let's see if I can hold this up. So it's cute. That is black stitches in there, but they are cute. They are very close to being finished now, so with a bit of luck we will get some finishing stuff happening on these guys. I love them. I've got a couple of other of the Laurel Birch ones, which obviously I won't be starting this year, but at some point, if this one ever gets finished, that one of those will be started. So they're absolutely gorgeous. So that is a goal to finish that this year. That is a definite goal to finish that one this year. Okay, WIP number 18. So we're almost finished on this round. This one is been around for a little while as well. Also a Stitch Mania start in 2017. I started it on the 28th of May. This is Maidens of the Season number 1. I think, again, this is another OOP. So it's a Mirabillia. I have Maidens of the Season number 2. And I am kicking myself that I didn't think about it, as I've now seen people, who have stitched all 4 together. I've seen people who have stitched one at a time. I wish I had thought about it and started stitching them singly. Or put all 4 together. Because I'm sort of thinking 2 just doesn't seem to do much. but they're still beautiful and I absolutely love it, and will enjoy doing some. So this is the full piece of fabric. I have started both sides of it and worked to the pretty much to the edge on both sides from memory. It is 28 count Opal Lagana Silver Springs by Colour Cascade Fabrics, one of my favourite fabrics. And you know, you've seen over the years with Silver Springs, depending on what it's stitched, what the fabric is different colours come out. And this is one of the lighter versions. Absolutely gorgeous. So, yep, at some point we will get back to one or the other. It would be really good as a goal. I'm not going to get there, I know, but I would like to at least finish one of the ladies. But we'll see. See which way we go. It would be awesome to at least finish one. But they're in the list. You know, I have a lot of mirrors, and a lot of mirrors started, but I put those ones in the list because I thought it's one of the easier ones to get some work done on it, and with a bit of luck, maybe have a major goal finish on it. Righty-ho. Number 19. Coffee Saves Lives by Hudson Samplery. So that was this one. So this one was the first one that came out. There was another one which everybody went berserk over, and I can't, was it First the Coffee or something? And I bought this one when I bought that one, and there's now a third one which I haven't got, but that's fine. So I started this one because I thought I'd do number 1 first, and then I can go on to number 2. I am stitching it in all the pretty quilt fours. I started it on the 17th of June 2017. It is stitched on 28 count Opal Lagana Gold Digger from Colour Cascade Fabrics. And we are with lots of trailing threads everywhere. That's a page, that's gone over the page just a little bit, as you can see, but pretty much that's the page break. And that's where we're at. So I did do some work on this one in 2020, I think. I did a little bit on it for something. I think it was a word, like a cell with words or letters or something. So yeah. Oh, there we go. So it would be lovely to finally get this one finished. Not holding out any hope on that, but I would like to get this one done. I know I have a slight error in it somewhere in one of these letters. One of these letters is too close together, but it's enough that I can actually fudge it. It doesn't affect the stitching on it. I just have to remember when I'm up in that area, because I always forget, and then I go, why is that not lining up? And then I remember. So that was number 19. So we're almost at the end of this round. Number 20 is a Joan Elliott, and it is one that you have seen once or twice. It is Peacock Lady, which is this one. I started this one on the 9th of July 2017, and the chart, actually the one I'm working on, comes from the World of Cross Stitching issue 134. I did do quite a bit of work on this year, and I'm actually really pleased. I was aiming for a finish, sorry, 2020. I was aiming for a finish in 2020 on this. It is stitched on 28 count Brittany Opal After the Rain from Jodery Designs. Of course, it's washing out a little bit, but it is quite a pretty fabric, really pretty colour. So this year I would like to finish this. In 2021 it will be a finish with a bit of luck, but of course I'm stuck in confetti heaven, if you want to call it that. I know it's not really confetti heaven, but it's doing these bits here. They are taking so long, so I just, yeah, I stopped in 2020 when I got stuck into that. I did do quite a lot of work on that, and I think I actually did show you, because I remember talking about the mouth from hell, and I still don't particularly like the mouth, but I'm not going to play around any longer with it. And I probably haven't worked on it since I last showed it to you back in September, August, September. And that's where she's at. So it would be perfect to get that finished, but this just takes quite a bit of time. But who knows, I could turn it into like a daily 30 or something and do it that way. That might work. So that is that one. Did I tell you when I started that? 9th of July 2017? If I didn't tell you, I've just told you. Now, the last one for this little round, so WIP number 21, I started this one on the 4th of August 2017, and as you can see, it is a very tiny little one, so it's Tulip Time by Sane. I really should have finished this by now, and it's not done. It is on 28 count Lugana Malva by Chromatic Alchemy, and I had a friend who gifted me this one. Thank you, Tiff. Love this fabric. There we go. Let's have a look at it there, sort of like that, and you can see how pretty the fabric is. It is absolutely gorgeous. Really, really pretty. So I need to spend some time on this and get this one done. Very, very simple design. Just need to spend some time on it. So the goal is definitely to finish this one. That's it. So that rounds out the first 21 of my WIPs. I will tidy up and I will come back and do the next 21. See you shortly.